to make sure they get all 4 members through safely.
Well, this ain't the way to start it. We saw 2 teams fly up the road. The second 2 will start driving into one another. Already got smashed down to low HP. Got Marco at half as well, and they're still only halfway through towards the area I think they would want to go to. And I think now, and this is the fun thing, right? These teams have just played a whole week, or a couple of days anyway, of ranking decision where
As well. So obviously teams now starting to adapt to this phase 2 circle that we got over Yasnai and Stalba.
it's a tricky one to rotate into as well. There's been so many teams wrapping up towards this. Oh no, man, what do you know? Do you know that there's a guy right next to Rob? Now here's the vehicle actually anticipating it. Okay! Okay, Mamu. A smart 2-way position here. Chrissy maybe trying to make it sound like there's more than just one guy on that ridge line shooting. Maybe he should swap back and forth between his different guns to make it sound even more like it. He does have teammates up on the hillside trying to kind of give him a bit of an overlook. Now Alia is coming down to help out as well. I mean, there are only so many players the Burren players can be. Either they're right where they are here, or they should have jumped into the water. And you know what? I love this. Easily within nade distance, you can see for both SSG and actually KP to some extent now as well, trying to deal with them, but don't want to dismiss in. Obviously, went down earlier on the shoreline, but are they going to commit to a push here? They are easily within nade distance, you can see, and that's exactly what happened there. In the meantime, Burram trying to make their way closer.
Going to get the reprieve, and Bound Aim United are going to be able to just sort of flush them out of this building.
Feels bad, man, when you throw a nade perfectly in between 3 players and they all only take 30 damage each. Then you would rather just have had them one knock, right? In the meantime, New happy. Well, they know they're on the edge, and they know they have to deal with the other teams on the edge in order to make their way on in. And that's the issue with having to be out there, is that still down towards the south, Unique might be forced to take a fight earlier than when they would have wanted to.
And we've just ticked over 20 minutes. Only 10 teams remaining, 35 alive, which is quite staggering. It lends itself to the circle that we've had, especially with this format. It's all about staying alive. But with the circle shifting the way it has been, it's just forced out teams on the move constantly. Landoran's...
So now we might see a full 4v4 fight here on the hilltop phase. Had a chance potentially to make a play earlier, opted not to. They do manage to get Euron down, so one player eliminated. In the meantime, Heroic trying to make a play on forward, but 80 there to punish Cobra.
Oh, wait, we got FaZe, Heroic, and Kaishin all at this Stalba West location. Whoever wins this fight will basically have the West and even parts of the North to themselves. Heroic, of course, have only got the 3 players. FaZe not fully committing, holding a bit more of the higher ground. They could have maybe peeked over.
Thing up on the north side of the circle. They're just there to say, like playing guard patrol, really. You are not getting through us without us seeing and being able to tell our teammates. I really like the way that FaZe in opposition right now. In the meantime, Capitan and Emmy, solid double coming through. As Barnum gets taken down. Now Unique from the compound finally starting to engage, realizing that if API gets to wrap around them, they have to fight their way into the circle where, oh my god, that nade.
That's a Kobe. That's what it's named after.
Play 1-1-1 at this point, and any one player gets knocked, you are going to be incredibly exposed to a potential push.
Yeah, losing Vex, so unfortunate for FaZe with the position that they've got, with the circle they've got, now down to 3 players. This opens up the door to seeing them get pinched from both sides. Heroic, Mad, maybe BBL, depending on the way they push up. The good news for FaZe, of course, they don't have to worry about teams behind them. Capitan, he's got Faultlessly behind him as well for Unique. He's the solo for KPI. He hears him, he sees him, the shot's not quite landing the way he would have liked, but eventually... Not one for the highlight reel from either of those two, but Capitan will take it. Unique. That's so unfortunate. They lose yet another player down to just 2 remaining.
It's like SpongeBob, right? 38 bullets. Meantime, Matt tried to wrap around the other way. Didn't like what they saw on the hillside against FaZe, and they run straight into PPL. But Charlie is able to fight one to actually make that quick. You play from Heroic, realizing the PPL was wrapping up on the other side, and now they will fight. Heroic will have a third-party opportunity of their lifetime if they can wrap onto this. You know, there's collateral damage all over the place. This is huge for Heroic coming in from the south now. Look at this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, FaZe did not follow Heroic. That made it very easy. Had they pushed onto Heroic, then this all would have changed a little bit. But Heroic now get a freebie. The BBL FaZe fight has happened. That's exactly what they wanted. It's obviously going a little bit 50-50. FaZe win it out, but now they're only down to the 2 as well.
Yeah.
6 minutes gone. You're down to 3 players. You basically can't do anything now if you're Mad Clan for the next I'm going to say 16 minutes of the game. You do not want to be getting into an engagement. You want to wait it out to the late game and then maybe towards the...
For making mistakes and whatnot. This was just, you know, one of those, oh my lord, is that an incredibly unfortunate time? Because there was no way in the world they would be anticipating FaZe to be up there at that point. Just unfortunate.
And
then it shifts away. They have to get back on their cars. They have to get going. They could be caught and like forced down behind everyone else. And also, I mean, Xenox, I thought Virtus Pro had already qualified. Oh, wait, no. Oh, it's Baonam. Never mind. Fast, eliminate them, maybe lose one in the 4v4, and then get back into safety. Right now, this is just a big... It's a beacon in the air saying, if anyone else wants a free spot on the east side of Montenegro, come take it now, because we're both bleeding massively. Fortunately, ain't really anyone pushing in this direction right now. And now, in the meantime, speaking of pushing, here comes Shadik. Might be able to catch Logi off. Fate jumps out on the other side of the vehicle. Could have maybe had him, but forced back down fast because other teams are shooting towards him. That's... Logi, that was a fortunate getaway.
Yeah, and just quickly, that was, of course, E36 that gets knocked out. This is now their second game that they've played, and no real looking at finding a win yet. Now, of course, have only got... I mean, it's a gamble, isn't it? It could actually go over towards the northwest as well, and then suddenly that northern position maybe is a little bit better. But it is an open warehouse. It is difficult to hold. Buram's close by, so is Baonam. But we have a lot of teams now moving, Toby, off the back of that Phase 3 circle.
And the main threat of this is that the majority of them, if not almost every single player, except for Konaxi, is coming in from the northwest. None of them want to wrap through the city, so everyone is going to be coming in from the north and head south. And we know, of course, that the circle is going to be shifting away from the mountain that Buram are currently finding themselves on. So the question is, as you said, where we're headed. Are we going northwest? Are we going down? Are we going northwest? Are we going down towards the south? Which side of the road are we going to be on? One thing's for sure, though. This field on the southeast side of Monte is going to be in. And I think that's why we saw the likes of KPI go there early, saying, you know what? If we catch 5 from here on out, even though we're currently within the scopes of every... we might be that one team who's been floating in the middle the entire game and gets to have 4 but in the end game while everyone else was crashing compounds. So I like the idea that they go there early. It could be too early. You can see now. Row 1 smoke, get the rest on up. Play for the late game. Play for the late game. There's no reason for you to peek, no reason for you to shoot. Just hide it out and stay alive. That's what KPI is playing for right now.
Yeah, and going back to Na'Vi a little bit, but I very much agree with their decision, as you sort of pointed out, going from the north to the south. Much better compound to hold, a little bit safer as well for the time being, so that works out for them. Ian taken down by Dr. Logi of Baonam United, and obviously for the teams that are not able to get these kind of compounds, not able to find these positions, it's Phase 5 feed. They can then actually have themselves an even better position for the late game where it will matter even more.
Exactly. Everyone is waiting for that one gift. Oh, he got inside the car. Oh, my lord, Mamu, the play! He almost got run over, but then he jumps into the car, comes back at now. The entirety of BPL pulling up on this one, but oh my lord, what a smart play. Down to low HP, though. Has to try and heal on up. Blue is coming as well. It's not looking good for Mamu here, but individual skill and performance actually gets down.
There, and even at this point, I don't think he's going to make it out. BBL go down. Mamu, yes, he dies in this situation, but the other 3 players for Petrichor Road, they're able to now hold Monte Nuevo a little bit safer. They don't have to worry about BBL that pushed in behind them, for example. So you lose one, maybe in this instance, 17-minute mark, takes out BBL. It's basically a 1 for 4.
Yeah, worth.
Kind of works out well.
Worth for sure. Expendable player goes down.
Rocked up on. He has to be careful. And there's the nade from Adusi. He gets taken down. FaZe will be down to 3 players. Unless they can somehow get all other 3 members of FaZe over to Unique, win this fight. Fex is basically dead here, dead to rights. Look how spread FaZe are. Yeah. They can't play off of each other. I understand sort of what Fex was trying to do, but when an entire team rocks up, what are you really going to be able to do to defend it?
It's similar to the last game, honestly. Fex was the one holding the angle. No, I mean, different area, different map, of course, but Fex was the one holding the offense. For a bit too much, they take a casualty. Now, the issue is for them, and the map doesn't really show this, but the issue is for them, Ends can see everything they do if they start wrapping south or east around. So they'll get peppered once they start rotating on forward. In the meantime, Petrichor can't really worry about that. They know they have to make it somewhere, and that's forward. In the meantime, now, going alongside the Rich, Unique doing the exact opposite, trying to hold off against any team wrapping their way.
Yeah, and Fate disengaging there. Obviously, you don't want to be pushing forward. You didn't get the
rusted much, and then see them play down the hill. He's missing everything. Is it enough bullets to flush? No, it's not. Has to drop over to the SLI. Will get taken down before he manages to do so. Oh my lord. Was it Fate? Maybe it was. And he's gonna be the one to save him as well. As well.
Wow. Catch your breath, Toby. They're going to catch that revive, and then they're going to have to get moving. So is SSG. So are all of the teams that are down to 1 or 2 players remaining. This is where it gets very difficult. Open area, open kind of circle. Not a lot of room to move. You're going to have to play off of those dips, balls, deflates, anything that you can find. FaZe, Ents, great positions. Kaishin, by the way, they have a solo player in Yuppie inside the center of this circle. Has not been spotted yet. That probably will change towards phases 7 and 8. But then you've also got attack all around, by the way. They've just gone a little quiet about this, but all 4 players are alive. They've got 3 kills, holding towards the southeastern side of the circle. They can wrap either down to the south onto Ents, or they can deny Na'Vi, who are making their push towards the circle.
They've played it real slow on that south side now.
Need someone to push this though here for FaZe, get in that front line, maybe just sort of get that first down, and that may just open things up. Unfortunately, that blue pressuring them at their backs. They need to move forward and fight at the same time. Good nade that landed onto Squeaky, but Ents playing this perfectly. They've got the hold at the back from Diggory. He can see just about everything. Rustamark can now push up, front line. This is all too easy for Ents, playing this perfectly.